Every morning, I start my morning with a cup of coffee. Good old cup of coffee from XDA. Android. The reality is that that's pretty much generally what I do every morning. I go online and I start basically looking for different articles that reference Android or different things that are featured on XDA, some of the main news sites. And recently we featured an article that talked about an application called Android Hub. So today we're going to do an app review of Android Hub. Let's check it out. So there are two main ways of getting this application installed on your device. You can either go with the link below the description here under the video on YouTube, or you can go straight to the actual Google Play Store, look for Android Hub, News and More by Line.Dev. The current version is 1.4.2 as of the 4th of February. The current version size is about 2.9 megs and it's supporting Android 2.2 and higher. We'll go ahead and launch the application itself. Again, getting the application installed is just half the process. So just go ahead and get it installed and we'll go from there. The main UI or the main interface when you first are greeted with this application is the Android theme, and by default that's the colorful theme with the green colors and the different shades and so on. I personally prefer to stay with the dark theme, mostly because of the aesthetics again, so I'm just going to switch back to that. You're greeted with a navigation panel on the left side with all the news aggregate, or the aggregation of all the news informations or sources that you have. This is an RSS type of an aggregation system, so it's pulling all the RSS feeds off of all of these systems and then aggregating them in an article base so that you're able to basically consume the media to your liking. The main thing you want to keep in mind, as far as the top right here, you have a navigation or the ability to search. An example would be, let's say I want to see all the articles that are referencing the Galaxy Gear within the last 24 hours, 48 hours, however long I have the information synced. And it gives me all the links and talks about the possible price cut of the Galaxy Gear that could be bringing in the Galaxy Gear 2 this year. The other thing is, by swiping down you get this sync and it'll download the information, and this can be triggered at any time. The other options you have here obviously is the ability of switching layout, sorting by, deleting all the red, and more housekeeping here, showing all the red. And as far as switching layout, gives you the ability to switch between article mode, which gets you a little bit of an explanation, to icon mode, or more of a top view. You get to see more articles and you basically choose what you want to see. I personally prefer to stick with this theme. Once you have that, you can select the article. The navigation panel in tablet mode doesn't go away, so you're always kind of working with that. You're able to read the article up and down, and then you're able to swipe to go to the right side for other articles, and then as you go. The other thing is you get the sources on the left side. You have the ability, obviously, XDA developers, and this pulls straight off the portal from XDA's website. So it's not just videos, it's articles and everything that gets pulled off of there, and then the videos, of course, get listed there. You have the option of going to Pro, gives you the ability to go through a link to the Play Store. It's about $1.35 US, and then it's definitely a great source. You have other sources to be able to go through, Google+, YouTube, and with YouTube, as with any other thing, is you refresh, you go through, you're able to sort through, see the other videos, and it gives you a small, quick view of what the video top screen is, or the cover for the video is, and then you're able to open it up. And when you get to the bottom, you basically have a few options. The sync now is no different than just swiping down. It gets the same information. Switching themes, we talked about that. We have the dark, the light, the Android theme. I prefer to stick with the dark. The other thing we have here is under settings. This is how we control how often and how the information that we downloaded is basically treated. So synchronization explains pretty much what it is. It's automatic background syncs, or it syncs, and this is the interval set to 2 hours by default. You're able to go higher or lower. Not recommended for lower, only because of the the battery drain that you're going to get. Syncing at startup. This is as soon as you open the application, it will start and it will sync. The other options here obviously is keeping certain high data portions of syncing to just doing that straight on your device when you connect it to Wi-Fi. The other thing I want to keep in mind here, as far as display and orientation, you only have the ability of basically saying that start items are considered to be unread, so that they don't get deleted when you start doing under message storage. Auto cleanup read, auto cleanup unread. You can set the time and day, how long it keeps these articles, and then it starts cleaning them up. The other thing is obviously notifications, just shows in here saying that it's updating, or if you have new articles, and the ability of setting a ringtone, flashlight, for the back LED on the camera. The other options here you have is feedback. You can contact the developer via these methods, generally by email. The other thing here under help, it gives you a quick access to the XDA thread, and from there you can follow on to the latest versions of the builds and download them and install them, or you can again just download them straight from the Play Store. last but not least, just tells us the version of the app. It's 1.4.2, current build is 46. Overall, the aesthetics of the application work very well. I like it. It does exactly what it's intended. I just wished on the tablet UI would be more mirroring as far as how we have it on the the phone UI, and I'll get a chance to show that to you for a second. It just, as useful as this is, I find it that it would be easier just to kind of show it and hide it and give it the ability to stay on, or maybe an option in the settings to be able to toggle it on and off. But other than that, let's switch over to the difference on how it looks like. So the main aspects of the actual application on the actual phone UI, this is the HTC One, look pretty much the same as the way you have it on the tablet UI, except that I'm able to toggle the ability to go through this option. Obviously, you're limited by space, so you have the option here. I just wished, again, the Nexus 7 had more, especially when you're reading articles. On the device, this is more functional, of course. You're still able to swipe, but on the tablet, I just feel like it's always there, and I just want to have the option to be able to remove it, or at least make it hide. But other than that, the aesthetics of the application work the exact same way, no different than the other one. It is apps supported, as you guys just noticed. There was an ad that showed at the bottom. The UI is pretty simple and pretty good. The interface itself, that's what the application is doing really. It's aggregating different RSS feed type of source information. So it's going to XDA's developer website, and it's going to YouTube and Google Plus and different things, and aggregating those things for you in one location. The beauty of how this works exactly is that it has all those sources, and it's specifically targeting Android related items. So you're not going to get everything under the sun. You're not going to get standard regular news. You're not going to get everything else. You're going to basically get the news from those trusted sources that you have on the left side. And if you find that you do have other options or other links that you'd like to add, please let the developer know. He updates it practically almost every other day, and that's the main benefit of it. He wants to give the nightly field version of what this application can do and what its possibilities in the future. The Pro version is not that more. It's about $1.35. I would recommend it if you definitely want to support the developer. And he's promising a version 2.0 release not that far from now, sometime in around May. Other than that, I like it. The one thing that I did find that would maybe help me a little bit more, I generally like to consume articles in a large format. So generally my Nexus 7 is really when I'm trying to read big articles, just so that I can fill the screen and get more information. And I found that the persistent panel on the left side, without giving you the ability of auto hiding the same way you have it on your Nexus, your HTC One or a Nexus 5, kind of put it in a weird position for me, so it kind of took some of my screen. I'm sure it's a simple fix, but again, hopefully the developer will get a chance to put that in the next build. It's currently build 46 on version 1.4.2, so definitely being updated, and it was updated yesterday. So as between when I was finishing reviewing the application and starting to kind of work on putting this review together, he updated it. So even then, we get more functionality. Like and subscribe to this channel, and like and subscribe to my channel as well. Please let me know of your comments or recommendations or concerns regarding this application. I hope you guys get the same kind of feeling as what I get out of it. Essentially, it's a great source of news for Android related things, and you guys come here for XDA for, as far as I know, mostly Android related things. So we do cover other things, but essentially, for the Android portion of our fan base here, this should be definitely a really good source of information for you guys. Again, I will see you guys next Tuesday. Hey, who's that guy? I know that guy. It's Adam Outler!